I'm not gonna lie. I had to look that one up. So I have a color pulling series here on YouTube that has done pretty well, really well. And I still get comments on it at least once a week usually, even though I have posted it. It's like 3 years old. People are still finding it and still posting it, still loving it. And I got this comment. And I'm not gonna lie, I had to look up what that meant. In case you can't see, this is from Too Much Pam. Okay, it says, "You're a mad lad, lady. My God." I was like, huh? What is a mad lad? What does that mean? So I had to look it up, and essentially, sorry, my dogs are in here with me. They just cannot leave me alone. I've been away from the house all day today, and they are in need of some mommy attention. So they're in here with me. So if you hear them rummaging around, they're just nosing around in yarn and playing with the cat. So sorry. Hey, sit down. I love you too, Kiki. Here, sit down. I'm gonna say hello, Kiki. Oh, hi, baby. Okay. I love you too. Yes. Okay, sit down. Sit down. Thank you. So I went back to Google and I looked it up, and I was like, what does mad lad mean? Like, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Like, I don't know what that is. It says mad lad is a slang term used to describe someone who does something bold, unconventional, or outrageous, often with a humorous or reckless edge. It can also refer to someone who does something impressive and audacious. The term often carries a sense of admiration for the person's daring and unconventional behavior. And if I understand correctly, it's slang in the UK. So I was like, at first, like, what? Like, taken aback, like, what does that even mean? Like, what did you just call me? But then when I looked it up, I was like, well, okay, they're impressed by my skills and they've never seen something like this before. And so I went back and I took a screenshot of the comment so I could show you guys and tell Too Much Pam, thank you for the compliment. I commented back and said, I had to look that up. I've never heard of Mad Lad. Thank you, I think. They said it's definitely a compliment. Your skills amaze me. And I told them thank you so much for their kind words. I appreciate that. So I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to share that I learned a new vocabulary word and share with you guys so that if you're ever called a mad lad, then you can know that it is a compliment for doing something impressive, something daring, something bold. And so if you aren't sure what color pulling is or the video I'm referring to, I'll link that down below. Feel free to check that out. It's a whole series. It's a 3-part series on the ins and outs, the basics of color pulling and what it even means, and just breaks down the skill so that when you're trying to accomplish color pulling, you can kind of understand better the mechanics behind the skill. But anyway, so I wanted to share that, thought that was interesting. And then the next thing I wanted to share, I found some interesting things. At the school I used to work at, they had a bunch of books that you were able to pick up for free. Like teachers didn't want them anymore, or they were extras from a giveaway or whatever. And I like to collect little golden books because I haven't done it yet. But one day I will make junk journals with little golden books, and I'd like to sell them in a market. I haven't gotten to that yet. So, but I'm in the process of collecting them. I like to collect the older ones, or like Disney. But I, in this stack of books at this school I used to work at, I found a little golden book. At first glance, it just looks like a regular little golden book. And as I got to looking at it, I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? This book isn't quite right. So what I mean by that is, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the golden foil isn't really golden foil. It's just printed along with the cover of the book. And in further inspection, it doesn't say little golden books. It just says golden books. And it looks like the golden books font, kinda. You know what? Let me get an actual one and compare. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. See, this says a little golden book. And this, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is separate. It's a sticker, foil sticker that's been attached to the book. This is an actual little golden book. There's a comparison of the backs of the weird one. I don't know if this is something that they like started, like they did. I don't know. And I just never knew it. There's the inside of the one that's weird. And this is the inside of the actual, yeah, see, it's almost like somebody was trying to dupe it and they like just missed it. I mean, like this could be a line of little golden books where they were trying to see an experiment or something, like see, will it work? Will people accept it? I don't know. But it says a golden book, the Golden Books Publishing Company. Listen, I'm going down a rabbit hole here. If you don't want to join me, I'm sorry. I'm interested. This is interesting. Okay. The actual little golden book looks like it says originally published by Simon & Schuster, published in the United States by Golden Books, an imprint of Random House children's books. I don't know. So it seems like I don't know. Oh, wait. And then hold on. There's a little thing in here. No part of this. Okay, Golden Books, a little golden storybook. Geez, okay. I don't know. The little copyright thing in here is strange. But anyway, I saw that and I'm like, this book is weird. Now, the pictures inside are adorable. They would be great for using for junk journaling, to like take this apart and use it. Now, before you get mad at me for taking apart this book, be reminded that it was in a stack of free books to give away, and that if they don't get taken away by somebody, they're going to get thrown away by somebody. So I'm giving it a new life. I'll probably, it's Peter Cottontail and the Great Mitten Hunt. I'll probably read it to my son, to be honest with you, since it's not an actual golden book. Like he's almost 2, not quite, but I don't know. I'm a little more guarded with my actual golden books. This is The Little Red Hen. I'm excited to read that story to him. I really love the message behind The Little Red Hen. If you've never read the story, you should. It's where she works hard to bake bread and she asks her friends for help along the way and they all tell her no. And then at the end, when she's got bread, they all want to share her bread. You need to share. She said, excuse me. No, I'm paraphrasing, but so excuse me, no way, I will eat it myself. It says right here, no, I will eat it myself because you did not help me. Go on. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting about this little golden book. Like, it's strange. I don't know how to feel about it. It's weird. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen this before, like if you know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, another book I wanted to share, a little throwback to my 90s kids, born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. R.L. Stine, Goosebumps. This is The Haunted School. I'd never read this one. I read quite a few of them when I was a kid. They were all the rage. And I remember being a little spooked by them. And I saw this and I grabbed it. I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and read this R.L. Stine book just to kind of see if it was as spooky as I remember it being, you know, how it is when you're a kid. Copyright 1997. So anyway, that's why I didn't read this one, because I was in like 6th and 7th grade in 97. So this was a little past. This was a little too young for me. It didn't come out in time for me to read it when it was my thing. But anyway, moving on. So I found it, I read it, and this is The Haunted School. It was pretty good. Like, there were, the story moved along well. It got pretty kind of intense, you know, for a kid's book. I was like, well, okay. There was like one part where I was like, okay, come on, like wrap it up here, like move along. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. I'm like, okay, I can see how kids would like that. This is, I'd say probably like 4th, 5th grade level. If you have an advanced 3rd grader, like that. Not that anybody asked. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. I just felt like it. Like, it was just interesting. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video and tell people this cool stuff I found. So, anyhow, going along the lines of Goosebumps, I found a series called Creepers in Dollar Tree. And I bought, they only had 5. There's 10 books in the series from what I can see. And they only had 5, the last 5, the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I bought all of them. So the ones I have are, let's see, The Gravedigger, The Scarecrow, Cold Kisser, Dr. Death, and Mirror Mirror. And I've read the first 3, The Gravedigger, The Scarecrow, and Cold Kisser. And right now I've started Dr. Death, but I haven't gotten very far into it. And then Mirror Mirror is the last one I have. But I love the graphics on this book. Now the pictures on the inside, it has pictures every now and then, not very many. They're not very like detailed and stuff, but goodness, the cover art is amazing. This was written by Edgar J. Hyde. I'm not sure who the artist is that did the covers. Oh, illustrations by Chloe Tyler. So, well, that's illustrations. That's the inside. I don't know who did the cover art, but whoever did, they're amazing. They are so cool looking. They drew me right in. They got my attention. Now, I'll have to say that this one of the 3 I've read so far was my least favorite. It was kind of kitschy, I guess is the word. Kind of campy. I don't know. It had some parts in it that were very immature. Now these are for kids. You know what I mean? It's not for adults. But there are some characters that I'm like, that's not what I was expecting with this cover. Kind of goofy characters is the kind of thing. Like, they were more unserious, I guess you'd say. But with this cover art, this looks like a pretty serious storyline. So, like, it didn't kind of go with me. But I will say that The Scarecrow and Cold Kisser were a little more along the serious line. So unfortunately, if this was the one you picked up and that was the only one you got, you might get the wrong impression about the rest of the books in the series. But I'm enjoying them. They are all about 100 pages. The ones I have, I'm assuming all of them in the series are about 100 pages. They are pretty easy to read. I mean, like I said, these are young adult, like youth. This is more like 5th grade, 4th, 5th grade. And they're interesting. They're not too scary, you know, but they're scary enough to get you in the mood. I don't know if you noticed my coffee cup in the opening. I am feeling the feels, feeling the fall feels, ready for them to get started. Yes, it's only July, I know, but I live in Florida and it's hot all the time. So I like it when it gets to be fall time and it starts to cool off just a smidge, at least in the mornings, you know. Realistically, it's not actually cold in Florida until February. January, February, in case you didn't know, are the coldest months in Florida. So it doesn't feel like Christmas weather on Christmas. It feels like Christmas weather closer to like Martin Luther King's birthday and Valentine's Day, like closer to that time of the year. But those are really the only times it's actually like kind of chilly. But anyway, but I'm having a good time staying home with my baby. We go to the library twice a week. They have a story time, and we have a fun activity. Like last week it was bugs, and then they've done like shells and make a monster. And so we've started a curriculum. Now look, some people might think I'm crazy for doing this because he's not even 2 yet. He'll be 2 years old in August. So he's only 1. But I bought a preschool curriculum and we started it today actually because I'm a teacher and I can't help it. And I just want some kind of guidelines to teach my baby, or like just have a structure of stuff to do with him. Like even if we don't do it all, even if we just do a couple little things, even if we totally fail at all of it, we at least have some kind of direction. And because I've never taught preschool, I've never taught a child to read. I've taught a child to become a better reader, things like that, but I've never actually from scratch taught a kid to read. So I am kind of excited, but also a little nervous and don't want to miss anything, don't want to miss any pieces. And, you know, of course, we can't always teach every kid every little thing, but I'm gonna try, you know. So I got myself a curriculum. We've started on apples. Now, yes, it does start with the letter A with apple, but it doesn't go to B next. Like next week is letter R for rainbow. So we're talking about colors. Like it goes along with a theme, and they choose a letter to go with the theme. So it just happened. It started with apples because they're a little easier. Like it's a simple unit, but I went to the library today after my husband got home from work, left the baby with him, and I went up to the library to check out books about apples. Vanna, will you stop doing that, please? Good girl. Vanna's getting on my nerves with her ball. Oh, my Lord. I've got cat fur all over me. Oh, okay. Anyway. How long has that been sitting there? Oh, my Lord. Anyhow, so I am excited to work on those things with him, and we'll see how it goes. he's only one, but we're working on it. He's learning so much. We're reading a lot, and he's recognizing pictures and making connections. Like, for example, yesterday we read a book that had some butterflies in it, just in the background, little tiny butterflies. And I pointed them out because he noticed them. We talked about butterflies. Well, then today we went to visit our Nana, and there was a picture of a butterfly in her house. He's like, oh, butterfly. I'm like, oh my gosh, you made a connection from the little thing that we did yesterday to today. And then again, when we read tonight, there was a different book that had it wasn't even the same book with the same butterflies. It was a different book with butterflies, and he pointed out the butterflies, and I was like, oh my God, my baby is so smart. I'm just saying, he's so smart. I appreciate you guys coming by and visiting. We didn't talk much about yarn today, but you know, hey, that's okay. We're living life, we're hanging out, and I hope you guys are doing well. Don't forget, no matter what time it is, it's always time for yarn.